My name is Lando Chill. I'm Chicago, Illinois, born and raised. I think words are the language of the heart. I think music is the language of the world. Them being so familiar and so symbiotic, it was only a matter of time before I think my soul was called to music. How I got started in music, I mean, it was ingrained in me. My mom was a leader of the Chicago Children's Choir for a number of years. She was always of the arts, and she really wanted us as young children to have an outlet. With my father passing, music and art became that outlet. So I would write as a kid, and I didn't necessarily use music as an avenue. It wasn't seen as masculine. It was really just like, oh, you're singing and dancing, like what is that? I mean, I didn't explore music until college. I really needed to have a voice for the void in my life, which was my dad. I mean, I'm born and raised Chicago, Illinois. 90th and Calumet, I will always say, Chicago, my hometown. It is the essence of, I think, what Black excellence is, not only throughout its history, but what it is now in music. Chance, Saba, Vic, Alex, you have so many people, Noname, Kanye, Lupe, The Brat, Common. My biggest musical influences, I would say, would be André 3000 and Outkast as a whole, and then James Taylor. And in the middle, you have Kid Cudi. I find those three entities to be some of the most honest and creative people on this earth. Some of my favorite lyrics I've ever written are from this song called Love Cold. Love is bigger than the baddest motherfucker on this earth, and that's on God. But it can't stop a bullet to get a nigga a job. But it can rectify how you looking at all your odds. And maybe it can save me from giving up all I got, so soak it in. My queer homies gonna make it what we supposed to been. It's been said how you start, how you never begin. I've been dead, guess this love hasn't happiest in. Sing my songs and share them with many friends, yo. Right your wrongs and start reversing them trends, cause every garden you tend to is within, and we be needing some bees, yo. A day full of ease, some hemp, paper, and some trees.
Love is bigger than the baddest motherfucker on this earth, and that's on God. But it can't stop a bullet to get a nigga a job. But it can rectify how you looking at all your odds. And maybe it can save me from giving up all I got, so soak it in. My queer homies gon' make it where we supposed to been. It's been said how you start when you never begin. I've been there, guess this love hasn't happiest end.
My musical process is one of in the moment. I will think more about how I'm feeling that day, where I'm at, remember that, write that down in a way, create some art that will last. So when I need to call on that memory or that day if something special happened, then I can recall that moment in time to create when my brain and my body and my soul calls for it. That's how I think real artistry comes across as authentic, is when you know the soul of a song. You know a song is finished when you can play it for someone and they react to it. What you want is a visceral emotional reaction. And when you feel that and when you see that, you know you have something. I think happiness is success, and that sounds so vague, and a lot of people will be, well, does money equal happiness? Does being in a relationship equal happiness? I think being balanced, but that balance is only balanced when it's maintained, right? And so there's gotta be a routine, a focus that leads you to that balance, that leads you to the happiness, that begets success, that allows for people to be inspired by you, allows for folks to wanna read your books, to listen to your music. If I had a dream budget, my project would include community work, mutual aid, financial literacy, music and art literacy, as well as education, and it would all stem from a class-conscious space. It's really important for us to learn how to fish, learning how to do things to spread knowledge, to be able to sustain not only yourself but the people around you, to build community. Social works are a very important thing, social services. If they are buoyed, if they are respected, if they are funded, blue collar folks who are the folks who teach us, feed us, help us build shit, if those folks are compensated and respected and given benefits, then everybody rises, everything rises. Noname has something dope going on, so I slide money to that. Nip had something dope going on, slide money to that. It's all connected, it really is. The most unusual place I've ever recorded music. I recorded this EP with the homie Sam Smith. I'm not that Sam Smith, I wish, but he is an amazing guitarist in his own right. I recorded them at his crib. Well, his crib and recording setup was essentially a sheet over this exercise machine. He had the mic underneath, but it didn't have a mic stand and there wasn't no light underneath there. So like you had to hold the mic and then have like the light too, but then your paper there on your lap. So you was pretty much just like all up like this, trying to record. So I recorded a whole entire EP like that. Worst advice someone has ever given me is to shut up. If I see something, I'm gonna say something. And there have been instances where someone has advised me or people have advised me, you know, watch out for your standing or watch out for this music community full of like white men. You know, you never wanna ruffle the feathers or, you know, that's the label or blah, blah. At some point in time, you know, somebody's going to say something and I'm not no fucking bystander. That's the worst advice I've ever gotten is to shut up, is to stay quiet, is to, you know, protect yourself in a way in which like is really selfish. The best advice, at some point in time, we have to forgive ourselves. In the black community as black men, we tend to repress a lot of shit that allows for us to, in the end, project on the people around us, whether that's emotionally, verbally, physically, or whatever. If you're not true to yourself and you're not giving yourself grace and forgiving yourself, but also like holding yourself accountable, things can snowball. If I weren't making music, my dream job, toppling the United States government, and in the most positive way possible. I think that starts with this man in the FBI and the CIA. I want to die for something. You know, you think about like wanting to be a lawyer, teacher, or even president, or like, you know, someone with influence, right? Someone famous, and it's just like, all of that has a cap. It has a cap because like, there's money involved. We don't have to work to live. It's a fucking myth. Laziness is a fucking myth. I went to see Kid Cudi at Coachella. That was my first ever festival experience. It was the most transcendent experience. One, because I love Cudi, and seeing the type of energy he was able to exude through a VIP section that was like full of like folks who didn't give a shit was incredible. Two, it was like, I can do that. I saw myself up there, and it's just like, I get it now. That's attainable. That is somewhere where I'm supposed to be. When I'm not working on music, I love to thrift, I love to ice skate, I play soccer, I cook, I love experimenting with sauces. So like I've been doing this like butter gravy sauce with like some thyme, some rosemary tied up, you know, a little bit of mustard, a little bit of sour cream, you know what I'm saying, cardamom, cumin, toasted cumin seeds, please. Hang out with the homies, smoking all the time, recharges me. And then I'll have moments where I gotta turn my brain off, you know, instead of writing or journaling or like, you know, doing some poetry. I'm just gonna play Madden for like 3 hours and just sit in my bed and eat ice cream and cake. Shout out to Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist. The greatest lie one has ever believed is that they are not in control of their own fate, because you can't blame anybody if you didn't take the shot, right? So you have to enact the shot, see it in your mind, practice it, and then when you have the ability, the moment, you don't miss. If you are ever interested, if you're trying to read my shit, I'm Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Rising, and a Scorpio Moon. I can be very energetic, very weird. I do accents sometimes. I can also be a petty bitch, so watch out for that. I have reined that person in. I no longer allow that person to run my life, so my pettiness level is right here. But if you get on my bad side, you know, it might be some words, you know, it might be some roasting, it might be some shenanigans. But if you like weed, cooking, because I cook. If you like fermenting cabbage, making pickles, I run, you know, I play soccer, you know, I'm educated, you know what I'm saying? Like, call me up. You know, say what's up, you know, or, you know, you can get my ex on the line, tell her to call me, you know what I'm saying? Tell her to get her, say what's up, you know. I mean, hi, what's up, Maya?